Alright YouTube, so today's the day. It is the first day of fall, so I'll be talking about my fall channel plans, but spoiler alert, they will be pretty much the same as my other season plans before then. But the biggest thing I have to say about this matter is most of my videos, as I mentioned in a few other vlogs, kind of come spontaneously on the go, but as you can see I upload them very frequently because ideas are always booming in my mind. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, that the best is yet to come, because some of my greatest vlog ideas haven't even I haven't even thought of them or known they existed yet. Like some other vlogs I've made, like the tattoo vlog of the artwork, or whatever vlogs that I've made on the go that are ideas I just thought of in the moment, but they were ideas I was really happy with. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to with this channel. And number two, I did finally see the end of Transformers 1. I'm not going to spoil it, but I remember in my review of that vlog I mentioned how, due to feeling really fatigued that day, I left the movie theater a little early. Well, last night I sat through the whole movie and I was definitely pleasantly surprised, because the second act picked up a lot, and yes, I had slept well that day, so it was naturally easier to sit through the movie, but the ending was really surprising. I'm not going to spoil it, but it definitely sets up the universe well, is all I'll say. And bouncing off the theme of things I talk about in recent vlogs, I remember this that I showed off in my vlog. Well, for this vlog I'm going to unbox it a little bit, but I do have to say I absolutely love this box, so it's going to be a little sad when I take it off. Box is still intact, although I'll probably end up putting it with cardboard recycling. Anyways, let's get to the Pokemon cards. So as you can see in the background, we have this massive Pokemon card. This is definitely going to be a cool collector's item for me. And here's a closer look. It is Banette. I remember this Pokemon very clearly and well. Not one of my absolute favorite Pokemon, but I think it's cool. If this were a Pokemon card of Lantern, I'd be having a field day. And for the first card, we have Gengar himself. As you know, Gengar is one of my bros. So for the first card, we have one of the most forgettable Pokemon ever. What's its name again? Illuminize. I only remember this Pokemon from being mentioned in so many like forgotten or forgettable Pokemon videos, which is kind of ironic what it's known for, but it's cute. Next up we have, what's its name? Applin. I remember this Pokemon, but this was around the generation when I had sort of fallen out of playing the games, but I'm getting back into them. And next up we have Nosepass. Okay, I'm looking at this art and this is super cool. I never really thought much of this Pokemon, but after seeing this art, it's really cool. That's Seeking, and I love this because it reminds me of my koi fish art, and this gives me a drawing idea. So once I turn off this camera, I'll get drawing. And speaking of that, October's pretty soon, and it's the first day of fall, so Inktober I'm definitely looking forward to, and I've enjoyed Inktember vlogs, although I still have one more left to show. Here we have the other cards. I'll go through them quickly. We have Trainer, Swanna, this other Pokemon that I didn't know existed, but I already love his energy, and I love this Pokemon already because it's cute and cool and funny, just like my artwork. At least I like to think. And here we have Thwackey. I do remember seeing this Pokemon. I think it's pretty cool. And here we have Conkeldurr. Fun fact, the one and only shiny Pokemon I caught was its pre-evolution Girder. Sorry, I had to check its name because I knew it was the pre-evolution, but forgot its name because it's not a Pokemon I really care that much about, except for the shiny one, I guess, because it's the only shiny I've caught. And yeah, that's cool. Last but not least of that deck, I still have more decks. Don't worry, this vlog's not ending yet. We have Walking Wake, cool art, and super cool legendary. I went through this deck and almost none of these Pokemon I recognize. I am so out of it with following Pokemon cards, but you know, you gotta start somewhere. But for me, I've gone through it and I think this may be my favorite design, and I really like this Pokemon already so far. I've been saying that a lot about these Pokemon, so I'm definitely encouraged by the cool new Pokemon. And I think this is this generation's Pikachu clone, but it's one of the better ones, at least in terms of design in my opinion. Here we have Absol EX. I love Absol, cool Pokemon, a classic, one of the bros, and yeah, let's get to the next few. Alright, I'll be honest, I'm going to sort of go through the decks in my own time and show the highlights and the ones that really stand out to me rather than just showing each card. So this card deck design is cool, but it's my least favorite because this Raikou is so much cooler. And this Garchomp is one of the coolest. I love Garchomp, by the way. So let's start with the Garchomp deck. So of that deck, I definitely recognize a few, but there are a lot of new faces. These are probably my two favorites of them, Kingdra and Froslass. Sorry, I forgot its name, but Froslass is so creative and cool, and definitely one of my favorite ice Pokemon because of the creativity. So after going through this deck, we have Glaceon, who's one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I absolutely love Glaceon. A lot of the evolutions are some of my favorite Pokemon, to be honest, such as Umbreon, Espeon, Jolteon, and of course Glaceon. We have the last deck that I'm going to go through and highlight, and then I'll come to the conclusion of this vlog. The Roaring Moon, such a badass dragon. Here's a closer look. And this design of Mightyena is super badass. Never cared that much about Mightyena, but this design is certainly badass. We have Hauntar getting caught by the police, or at least the Pokemon police maybe, but as you can see, he has no fear whatsoever. Haunter's cool, although I love Gengar. I went through all the or at least I highlighted the Pokemon, but I think this also energy card is cool too. This next one, I love dolphins, so naturally a dolphin Pokemon is super cool. I'll conclude with this Gargantuan Pokemon card. Once again, if there was a version of Lantern for this, that would be my day. So in conclusion for this vlog, I'm looking forward to fall, whether it's for YouTube or for other reasons. Transformers 1 had a great ending, and look forward to more Pokemon card collecting videos in Inktober. Until then, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more soon. Goodbye.